So it's just dawn on a Tuesday morning. It's absolutely gorgeous sunrise. And I'm back up at the allotment. I'm applying some more nutrients to one of the beds. It's all organic, and the idea is to give these plants the best start we can. And really, I've not worked this allotment before, so I really want to do the best I can to improve the soil fertility and all of the microlife that is part of the living soil. So this is the bed here. So this bed here is where I put the calcified seaweed down the other day and raked it in. So we've got a couple more things to put down. There's hoof and horn meal, and there's bone meal as well. So again, it's all organic, and the idea is we want to really unlock all the goodness in the soil. We want to improve the microlife. We want to feed that, because the soil is a living, breathing thing. So it's much less about directly feeding plants, much more about improving the life that exists within the soil. So that's what we're going to have a go at today. So this is the hoof and horn meal. It's got a fairly pungent flavour. Actually I haven't tasted it. I don't know if I would do, but it's got a fairly pungent aroma. And then over here is the bone meal, and that's what we're going to be sprinkling on top. So I finished spreading the bone meal and the hoof and horn meal. It seems to have gone on quite evenly. I'm quite lucky. There's a tiny bit of a breeze, which is actually pretty good at blowing it a bit more evenly. But the next thing I'm going to do is just rake in, not too much, but just to spread it evenly and start to mix it in with the soil and the microlife. So that's all raked in now. I really don't want to disturb the soil too much, and I still need to put on some basalt, which is volcanic rock dust, and also horse manure. So that's being done at the weekend. So I don't want to do too much, but I don't want it to be left as just powder on top of the soil. So I'm happy with that for now. Next job while I'm up here, making best use of time and being efficient, is what gardening and growing is all about. I'm going to start applying this not Nescafe, it's a repurposed jar, but inside is what's called Mausdorf starter. So it's a biodynamic preparation, which is obviously all natural, and some of the ingredients are cow dung and crushed eggshells. So the idea of this is that I suppose with all things in biodynamics, it's about working as part of nature and really doing your best to give back more than you take out of nature. And with the Mausdorf starter, it's aimed at improving the microlife that lives within the compost heap, because that's the magic that breaks down what we can see here. So I've got stuff from the guinea pig's cage, as well as plant-based food waste that we haven't been able to reuse in the house. It's going to turn all of that into, well, something much more resembling this beautiful brown stuff. So we want a lovely compost in about a year's time. So I'm going to have a go sprinkling a small amount of the Mausdorf starter on as I put each layer on. So I'll sprinkle it on here, and then I'll sprinkle it on top of the new layer, and we're going to see what happens. Next to it is the compost heap that I made last year, just from cutting all the grass and other green matter from the allotment when I took it over, and I've applied the biodynamic compost preparation here, and I can absolutely see it starting to break down in just a couple of months, and the idea is towards the end of this year, then that should also be lovely compost, homemade, ready to put on the allotment to grow more fruit and veg.